got the last touch to it, and somebody was looking for it to come back into the middle.
A little bit of inexperience again on the part of Jason Gibbons. Tried to score from an impossible angle instead of knocking it back into Kerr standing on the penalty spot, but at least the youngster's getting into these positions. I'm sure Jerry Gray would be a lot more annoyed had he not been in these positions, but he is really showing a little bit of inexperience this afternoon.
Harrington. And into touch. Videla hustles back. He'll take the throw in. And not taken properly. And so it'll be a Supra throw in. Now Mr. Molino says that's the spot. Flores, top of the area. Doliscat moves up. Flores. Cleared away by Tony Nachita. Patrick Diot, Abdel Sarane, and the Supra caught going the wrong way. And they'll go all the way back now to start again through Pat Harrington. Tasso Kutsukos. DeSantis. Gives it away. Gibbons trying to bust his way through and can't, and the foul will be on Rudy Doliscat. And another couple of steps and he would have been in the area.
Well, it was a pretty generous call as it was, because Jason Gibbons' first touch was not very good. He was never going to get to the ball, and that really was a little bit of a gift call to Hamilton. But let's see if Jerry Gray lays it off and either Videa or Tony Nachita hit it past the wall.
15 minutes to play in this first half. We're still scoreless. Jerry Gray is over the ball. So is Nachita. Videa is there as well. Laid it off. Nachita tries to squirt it through, and it goes off the Supra wall. And it'll be keeper's ball.
Pretty tough to squeeze it through a 9-man wall. Look at them. No chance at all. Although perhaps it should have been retaken, because one of the Supra broke well before the kick was taken and was clearly about 2 yards from the ball when it was struck.
Harrington looking for Bunbury. Nachita clears it to midfield for Hamilton. Flores, Bunbury. This is Frank Aliaga. DeSantis, Flores. Bunbury chests it down. He has Aliaga. Gets away from Jerry Gray. Nice ball now. Ibrier chips it in, looking for Needham. Heads it down. Bunbury, if he can turn, lays it back. Aliaga, but coming through the middle was Fennick. The Steelers looking for the offside call. Didn't get it. Ianiero will clear it to midfield, where Patrick Diot is there to meet John Kerr, and it'll be a Steeler throw-in. You know the difference between this game I've seen so far, Graham, and on Wednesday night? Both teams want to take it through the middle instead of maybe using the wings a little bit more and crossing it.
And pretty tight on the wings in this little stadium. Obviously, it's a little packed down the middle, but every time they try to swing it out wide, it seems to go out of touch in this stadium. And certainly, the tackles flying everywhere, way late, and Flores once again the culprit.
This time on Davor Chepo, the 18-year-old. Again, another member of Canada's Olympic team, which has made it to the final round of qualifying for Barcelona. "15 of the 16 players on the field a couple of weeks ago in Vancouver against El Salvador are out of the Canadian Soccer League. Tasso Kutsukos can't clear. Jeff Onger skips it through, and Harrington didn't have to move a muscle. Played him well.
Tough chance for Jeff Unger. The ball just wouldn't sit down for him. It was about waist high. If he tried to volley it, it would have been way over the crossbar. All he had to do was side foot it, and from that position, really no chance of getting any power on the shot.
And those long balls now for Montreal playing with the wind. They're actually out kicking their forwards.
Well, this is a good chance for Pat Herring to do his kick from the ground routine. We've seen him dribble outside the box and kick it from the ground rather than hands. This is the kind of day when that's advantageous. There goes Nachita. He couldn't restrain himself any longer. Had to come forward.
John Kerr with Tasso Kutsukos to mark him. Kerr can't get it across. It'll be a throw-in for Hamilton. Jerry Gray, far post. Harrington fields it well as both Gibbons and Onger followed it across.
And the player coach, I'm sure, would like to have that one back. Tried to bend it to the far post, hit it cleanly. No challenge for Harrington.
Sarane just gives it away on that left wing to Hamilton. Paul Fennick. And you can hear Pierre Mindrew shouting instructions to Alex Bunbury, of course.
Well, he's calling for Alec to come back and fill the gap. Just get goal side and make it awkward for somebody to hit a ball past you. Alec really is not coming back as often as he does, but then he's the only front runner.
Bunbury. Dino Perry now caught way out of his net. Oh, and the call is on DeSantis as he and Jeff Onger get caught up, and now DeSantis is given the warning by Luigi Molino for kicking the ball away from Onger.
But at least we're seeing some bite. We're seeing some intensity. Oh, good effort.
What a try by Mario Videa, the rookie from Argentina, who took it off his chest.
Beautiful control. First touch is magnificent, but that's so tough to try and score from there. Got it on target, but not much pace to trouble Pat Harrington. Harrington looking very sharp this afternoon, and considering he's playing with 2 broken fingers on his right hand, holding the ball extremely well.
Jerry Gray, Aliaga to mark him. This is Nachita. Davor Chepo. Paul Fennick wide on the left. Sarane to mark him. Davor Chepo picks up the loose ball for Hamilton and plays it back for his captain, Nachita. Videa. And into touch, and it'll be a throw-in for the Steelers. Under 10 minutes to play in this first half, still scoreless. John Kerr trying to work his way around Patrick Diot, and it'll go as a Steeler corner.
And watch for big Paul Fennick to come up. If they play the same corners as last Wednesday in the first round of this tie, then Fennick will take his position at the near post and look to flick the ball on.
Videa. Near post. Oh! Over Harrington, and then John Kerr had the open net, and he put it up and over the bar.
And unfortunately, the chance fell to the smallest player in the forward line.
The Molson CSL playoffs on TSN.
Well, another opportunity for the Hamilton Steelers goes a-begging as Harrington gets caught underneath the ball. Unfortunately, it's little Johnny Kerr who's left with a header, and he puts it high over the crossbar.
But 3 solid opportunities now for Hamilton in this first half, but nothing on the board. It remains scoreless. Nachita, Davor Chepo. Ian Hierro, one touch into no man's land, and it's the Supra now coming right back. Flores for Needham. Aliaga wins it at midfield. Abdel Sarane. Otman Abrir, oh, the sliding tackle by Tony Nachita.
Well, there's no chickening out in this game, is there? They're all going for these tackles as if it was their very last one, as if their life depended on it. And of course, for the Hamilton Steelers, their CSL this season life does depend on it. This is sudden death for them, virtually.
Aliaga takes the bump from Jerry Gray. And then Aliaga is guilty of the foul on the Steeler player coach.
Well, when you come in from behind, the whistle's going to go all the time. Push the ball away, but if you tackle from behind, you're going to give away the free kick.
Diot, Sarane with Kerr to mark him. And it slips across the touchline. Throw in quickly taken by Hamilton. Videa trying to control, does. Flicks it for Jeff Onger. Jerry Gray moving up. Oh, it's very, very close now in midfield. Bunbury. And then Paul Fennick is guilty of getting his boot up. Alec Bunbury returns to the Supra lineup after injuring himself on the eve of the opening playoff game and missing the opener.
And really has been very quiet simply because his midfield players, who were so much in command in the game in Montreal, are having their job cut out to contain the midfield three of the Hamilton Steelers. So they're really not able to get up and support Needham and Bunbury as they did last Wednesday night. Ooh, unlucky. Needham trying desperately to keep that ball in just below our broadcast booth.
And there you see the time remaining now. 5 minutes first half. It's still scoreless. Hamilton and Montreal. Of course, the other quarterfinal will resume later today in North York. The Rockets with a 4-0 win in their opener against Nova Scotia as John Kerr does well to get it back. This is Steve Morris, the Orangeman from Syracuse, ahead for Gibbons. Ianiero makes the run. It'll go over the end line. Keeper's ball.
For a rebound.
Victor Ashby.
4 minutes. Come on, we gotta get a goal here. Come on.
The assistant coach for the Hamilton Steelers.
Stating the obvious. Come on, 4 minutes left. We got to get a goal. Of course you have.
One of the very nice men in the game of soccer in this country. Victor
I'll
Ashby.
say. Super, super guy. Ooh, and Jerry Gray took a nasty one there. And once again, it's Leonidas Flores who's throwing his weight around, all 125 pounds of it.
And Jerry Gray is still down. The referee.
It's a hard